Alright, BobalosRex here. Today's video is kind of just like a little discussion, a little theory I'm having. So let me break down my theory to y'all real quick. So here's what it's based on, right? So we got allied races in BFA. And so far, all allied races, for the most part, were kind of BFA. Okay? Then we got Drakthir, which is like supposedly like just a not an allied race but a thing, like a full thing. Okay? And Dragonfly. And now, at the beginning of the World Soul Saga, we've got our first new allied race, since it's on this side, since it's a part of this, and they do call it an allied race. Earthen. So they're back. Allied races are back. So the system has now returned. And for those of you that have seen the data stuff or just have played with the Harronir are primed to be an allied race. And they have been actually basically since 11.0, like the beta is when we were talking about it. So where are they? Is kind of where what started me on this theory, right? So like, where are the Harronir? And I was like, we're not going to see them in 11.1 at this point. If they were coming in 11.1 with the Goblin patch, we would have been told. Okay? Could the Harronir show up in 11.1.5? Nightfall? Maybe. But again, I feel like that's something they would have put on the roadmap. Because here's the thing. Let me bring up the roadmap. I think this will help my theory. But they would have told us Nightfall is its own thing. Alright, what at this point? Let me bring this up. Alright, here. Perfect. Alright, so Harronir would have been shown right here if we were going to be getting Harronir in 11.1. Okay? They have Children's Week update, Horrific Visions, Nightfall. It would have been hard. Where's the Harronir? Like, again, I feel like if they're giving us this much info, why wouldn't they say Allied Race Harronir? Unless it's further back. That's the thing. This, they were fully showing. Most of this, they're fully showing. This, they're kind of hinting. This, a little bit of stuff that links back to this, but more mystery. So, theoretically, in my opinion, we could get a Harronir right here. But at this point, I think we're going to get Harronir. And here's the thing. I thought we were going to get them early because I wanted more allied races. And I was wrong. For like, clearly, they didn't come up in these patches. I wanted them to. But I think some of that was hopefulness. But from how long they've been in the data and how long they're finally coming in, which I think they're going to be in 11.2 at this point. Because I think we're going to get that World Core stuff. But that's that lore rant, okay? But it looks like we are going to get Harronir in 11.2 or 11.1.7. These would be when we get Harronir, okay? That's the way I see it. They're already like in the data set to be an allied race. So I know some people will be like, we're not sure. They are going to be an allied race, 100%, okay? And it looks like an 11.2. So, if that is correct, from that, because I do think that's going to be correct, I've thought of the Trickle allied race theory. Okay? So it's throughout the World Soul Saga, they're going to allied race across the expansions. Okay? Across midnight and all this stuff. Because I feel like they're like, it's been enough time after BFA, they're like, okay, we're doing allied race stuff. We figured out how we want to do it. And I feel like when I get into the theory, most of it, it's going to come together and show that it's also how people want allied races to be in a little bit. In my opinion. We'll see. So, 11.0 Earthen. Let's fill up this theory. Okay, so 11.0 Earthen. Okay. 11.2 Harronir. Okay. Alright. Harronir, another good neutral. Maybe we'll have so many neutrals that we'll have a neutral section. Ooh, and then it would leave some more to be filled in at the side. But anyways, let's continue. So, Harronir could be neutral. You know, because we're neutral right now. Okay? Meanwhile, think about this. People wanted a Arathi. We were like, can we get playable Arathi? And Blizzard obliged. But by the easiest way they could. Okay? They said, you want a Arathi? Make a human? Here you go. Here you go. Wait, change your hair. They said, you want a Arathi? There you go. There you go. Bada bing. So, we've also seen them add Sargerai, Eridar, the red Eridar, to Draenei through a little quest. We've seen them kind of add High Elves. So, they're willing to not only give us an allied race, but give us a customization for a race that could just be like... People say, and I disagree here, but people say Dark Iron could have just been a customization for base dwarf. I could agree with you, but I do like how they got their own racials. Okay, but then everyone has their opinion about racials. But either way, that's my opinion. So, we got Earthen. We got Arathi customizations, because Blizzard is doing that on the side, too. Then we get Harronir in 11.2. So now, I've kind of explained it. Now let's fill out this theory. So, in 12.0, Midnight, what allied race do we get? Because there's hints in the data that we may be getting Ethereal. And people are excited for Ethereal. There's no way they're coming in 11.2 because we still don't have Harronir. But I am seeing this so clearly in my mind. Okay, listen. Pre-order Midnight. And you can play Ethereals early. Blizzard just prints money. They just printed money right there. Not everyone's a fan of the Ethereals. Not everyone's a fan of the Earthen. But a lot of people that aren't a fan of the Earthen are a fan of the Harronir. And a lot of people that may not be a fan of the Harronir may be a fan of the Ethereal. So, you see how this trickle allied race theory kind of plays to everybody? Okay? And then, of course, in Midnight, I think they're going to add customizations. Because in Midnight, there is a big race that needs to be utilized for Horde. Forest Trolls. But here's the thing. If we get, like, size stuff for people, we don't need Amani to have a different racial than Darkspear Trolls, because you already include Ferraki in the Darkspear. So, Forest Trolls could just be a customization along with Troll Beards, along with that. So, I think those can be added as a customization. Okay? But, and then High Elves, you know, just give more hairs to Blood Elves, give more hairstyles to Void Elves, integrate some more of those customizations, Elf integration, there you go. Elves can get their customizations too. But, the Allied Race Trickle Theory accounts for Blizzard adding good customization options for the current races. So just remember that when I'm picking the races I'm using. So, here we go. 11.0 Earthen, 11.2 Harronir, 12.0 Ethereals, 12.2 Naga in Midnight. People have been saying there's Ashara hints. There are Ashara hints. People have been saying there's freaking all I know is people have been hyping up Naga. I think a 12.2 Naga allied race would hit so hard. Especially for all the people that don't like ethereals. You know? And then, let's continue my theory. In 13.0, we'd have to get an allied race going into Northrend. And you know what perfect allied race was set up in Dragonflight to go into Northrend? Tuskar. It is a long wait, but as long as we get him. Bada boom. And then in 13.2, you could have Brightpool. I do think maybe it would be a good time to add in Horde and Alliance specific allied races. Of course, the main allied race for Horde and Alliance specifically would be Ogre and Broken, respectively. You know? But again, this is my theory for what Blizzard may be doing, okay? I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm just going to repeat it one more time. The theory is they're going to be trickling allied races throughout the World Soul Saga. A lot of them are going to be neutral, if not most of them. And the ones I got so far, we got 11.0 Earthen already out. 11.2, we're going to get Harronir. 12.0, Ethereals. 12.2, Naga. 13.0, Tuskar. And then 13.2, Brightpool. Something Titany. Another Titany race. Or something. But who knows? By then, there could be a whole new race that'd be like, oh, clearly we're getting that one. Do I think we need other races added too? Yeah, people want Seth Greg. Everyone's got their own one they want. And I'm down for it. I'm just talking about what I see they may be doing with what we see in the data, with some of the 11.1 data models that are trickling in, versus what allied race we know is on the horizon and is still not in, so they do seem to be pacing it out, and what ones I think could fit maybe neutral. But anyways, that's it. What do y'all hope to get? Do you think this theory may come true? Let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye-bye.